Tinubu nominates ex-VC who was accused of sexually harassing colleague for ambassadorial role. You can imagine. You can imagine nominating somebody that has been accused of sexually harassing his colleague, and probably he has been proven guilty safe. I don't know. Maybe have they done the investigation? At least that should be done first to ascertain that he did it or he did not do it before nominating him for ambassadorial role. But Nigeria, anything goes. President Bola Tinubu has nominated Professor Abayomi Fashina for an ambassadorial role. Professor Abayomi Fashina, who is the immediate past Vice Chancellor of the Federal University of Ekiti State, was enmeshed in a sexual scandal during his time in the university saddle. He was accused of mounting pressure on Folashade Adebayo, an engineer and then a deputy director at the school, to accept his sexual advances. And when the lady continually declined, he allegedly started victimizing the married woman. The accusation, which became public then, attracted the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC. He was invited by the ICPC, but he obtained a court injunction to enable him snub the invitation. You can imagine. And that's the person they want to nominate as ambassador. No be small thing. On Wednesday, Senate President Godswill Akpabio read the presidential communication on his nomination during a plenary session. His name was sent by the president for confirmation as a non-career ambassador of this country. It is well. It is well. Peter Nandi says it's a government of individuals with questionable characters. I'm telling you, everybody, they are picking corrupt people because they'll be able to guilt trip you very well, so that you would also join them in that corruption, and corruption will just continue to spread in the country. That's what they are doing. They don't want somebody that is upright. They don't want somebody. That's why they don't like Peter Obi. They want somebody that is corrupt, somebody that has bad character, and so that they will guilt trip you very well into doing something bad, because I don't understand. Nelson Okeke says, what do you expect from a nation under criminal cartel? Damasa, what do you expect from this government? Mikael says, I'm just thinking of the best country with the most sexual related issues. You'll be posted. Chai, please help me. I hope that the country that he is going to be posted will reject him, just like they've rejected Enomokri. J1 with God says, what do people expect before the program? But keep seeing more syndicates to drive us, so people should be wise. Enough is enough. Samuel says, and what do you expect? Birds of the same feather flock together. After says, a snake can only give birth to a snake. Samuel says, I've told a group of students in class before that why Tinubu is not succeeding as the president is not because he's a bad leader, but it's because he runs a government that rewards loyalty instead of hard work. Do you get? Once you are loyal, you get appointments. It doesn't matter if you are an ex-convict. If not, how would a tout like M. Soluomo be the chairman of National Union of Road Transport Workers? Cesar Cornelius said, what else do you expect? It's an indigenous appointment. Even the Senate will overlook it. We are watching them. Remind them that history does not forget so easily. But Dina says, so that he'll be able to show them there that we are highly potent. Tele Alfred says, NVC board also was once an abuser of power when in Unilag. Nigeria ought not to have allowed this man in power. He is too publicly unclean and causing our youth not to have honesty, future, and integrity. Nonsense, as if there are no other clean, qualified persons in Nigeria. They don't want a clean person. They don't want a clean, qualified person. They don't want somebody that doesn't have a stain to his name. They want the ones that have a stain to their name, so that they can be easily manipulated. They can easily guilt trip them into doing something bad. Have you not done it before? So why can't you do this one? That's what they'll tell them. Gabriel says, Tinubu doesn't care about the integrity of his nation by outsiders. That's why the citizens and leaders are treated with that regard outside our shores. Eugene Okafor says, evil has taken over the control of our country. When evil is celebrated, the sense becomes useless. Oh, decency, is it decency that you go like that? Godwin says most qualified person with his sexual assault together. It is well. Okoli says what an expensive joke, as if to say that there is no other person suitable for the job. Rotten smelling government. Yes. Kingsley says he will think that place is Nigeria and if he rapes anybody, it will be straight to jail. Atobi says, "Una shame, they shame me. They get shame. They don't get shame now." Francis says, if you're not a bad person, you can't get appointment. I'm telling you, this government, you can't. They want a bad person. They want somebody with bad records. That's exactly what they want. Everybody says, as far as Tinubu is concerned, he has no regards for integrity. He's a mafia who doesn't care about opinion. All about him is rascality. I won't be surprised if he decides to appoint the devil himself as Minister of Wickedness. It is voluntary that such persons must be rejected and face the consequences of his misdeed. Building Justice says, when the accusations turn to convictions, only convicted fellows can not be allowed to hold office. But he was told to come to court. If he refused to show up, what does that tell you? He's guilty. He's definitely guilty. Gage says, this Tinubu is so shameless. Why? Iboki says, government of the bad, by the bad, and for the bad people. Otobong says he likes working with people of questionable character. Exactly. Patrick says, Mr. President Bola Tinubu, you are nominating a man who was accused of sexual scandal during his time. Mr. President, how are you leading this country? Are you trying to make the country good or bad? Why are you putting people that some did wrong into some key position? Are you encouraging them, or you believe nothing will when you do, or you are looking down on the masses? Well, it is not well done. Chukuma says Tinubu is a bad man and will always choose the bad people. And he says it now looks like Tinubu is a punishment for Nigerians because we refuse to be truthful and diligent to good government. Ojo says, I'm sure Mr. President is not aware of the allegations. Ella Fano says, I love bird of the same feather. Now the same mama born them now. Abi? Right on. Utipupan says, the Senate has already cleared him. You can imagine. Jebaya says, I really don't know whether Tinubu himself would always like to be remembered and associated with bad things. Why does he take joy in appointing people with stained images? Perhaps he relishes in negative things. There is a purpose for them doing that. I'm sure there is a purpose for them always picking people that has tarnished their image. It just like does something with them. It is well, my listeners, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.